In a significant step towards economic independence from China, President Biden meets this week with the leaders of the two largest U.S. export markets. Mexico and Canada each buy 15% of what the U.S. sells abroad, and the three nations share the goal of more North American collaboration on trade, manufacturing, and climate change alternatives. I'm Juanita Darling, a professor of international relations at San Francisco State University, and I want to chat with you briefly about what we can expect to see from the upcoming trade talks. The trade policies of the U.S., Mexico, and Canada are more in harmony than they have been at any time in the 3 decades since the three nations first signed a formal free trade agreement. The supply chain disruptions of the pandemic, the opportunities of a growing clean energy market, and U.S. rivalry with China have converged to create potential for more global clout if the three neighbors band together on trade, as they did on soccer, winning a bid to host the 2026 World Cup. Mexican President Manuel López Obrador's vision of a more economically integrated North America is already in progress. Lured by proximity and the existing trade agreement, U.S. and Canadian companies are already moving manufacturing to Mexico from far-flung locations with unreliable shipping. Biden's push on electric vehicles and manufacturing coincides with Mexico's drive for investment in solar energy projects. Canada is already the largest foreign supplier of energy to the United States. Countries are building on a firm foundation that spreads across the United States. Mexico and Canada are not just important markets for border states. One or the other is the top buyer for all but 8 of the 50 states. More states rely on China for supplies in an indicator of the trade imbalance that concerns the U.S. administration. While Mexico and Canada are currently 3rd and 4th place among U.S. suppliers, this week's talks could help move these numbers up. That would reward nations that are reliable customers and possibly shrink the U.S. trade deficit. More jobs could also reward Mexico for its role in helping the U.S. solve its refugee crisis, and perhaps even tempt migrants passing through on their way to the border to stay, allowing Mexico to resume its traditional role as an international refuge. To learn more, follow me on Twitter for news and analysis of Mexico and other Latin American countries. If you're in the Bay Area, consider a spring 2023 class at San Francisco State. IR 3222 is a more traditional lecture and activities class, while IR 745 is a seminar for those who learn more through discussion. Thanks for listening.